welcome back to my channel. If you don't know me, my name is Sarah and I am in charge of Fierce Purpose. So one of the top values of Fierce Purpose is financial health. So today we're going to talk about budgeting, my favorite word in the world. So I actually don't like to call it budgets. I like to call it a financial plan because I feel like it's a lot less daunting that way. I feel like it's just kind of gives it a little bit more of a positive vibe. So what we're going to look at today is the basics. So how do you create a budget? The first thing you need to do is write out your bills. So whatever you might have, just kind of a rough estimate of like what you might have for bills. So like the first of the month, I always do it by the date, and then I also write it on my calendar too. So I do by the date, I list out my bills. So the first of the month I have rent. The 5th of the month I have my phone bill. The 10th of the month I have my gym membership, whatever there might be. So those are just some examples. Obviously you're gonna be a little bit different. Everyone's gonna be a little bit different. Next thing we have is to list everything that you have that's debt. So whether you have credit card debt, student loan debt, a car loan, any kind of debt that you have, list that out. So you're gonna list that from largest to smallest, or smallest to largest, whichever. So get those all together. That's probably one of the scariest things, is to figure out where you're at financially, but it's one of the most important and most empowering things that you can do. So if you have questions about the debt-free process, I highly, highly recommend going to Dave Ramsey's website, but that's a video for another time. So today we're just talking about the very basics of budgeting. So number one, again, is to list out your bills by date for each month. Number two is to list out your debt, smallest to largest, largest to smallest, whatever, in order of the amount that they are. The next thing is, you can do this a couple of different ways, and what I found is best for me, because I get paid every 2 weeks. So I will list out basically whatever my paycheck is, my take-home pay, and the dates for that time. So just for easy sake, we're just gonna say from the 1st to the 15th of the month, it's $1,000. Let's say it's that, and then I have these 5 bills that happen during those dates. And then I'll do, for the next 2-week period, I'll do those dates and the amount of whatever bills come out from that paycheck for those times. So anything left over then goes into your debt snowball, which is what the Financial Peace University process is. Again, a different video for a different time. But so that's really the easiest way that I found to take control of my finances. And so I think that one thing that people really get like scared of when it comes to budgeting is just knowing where you're at. And having it all out on paper is very overwhelming and can be very scary, especially if you're not in the greatest position. You know, if you don't have any debt and you just have whatever your income is, then more power to you. Thankfully, I'm there now, but I wasn't always. I had a lot of debt that I had to pay off. And that's kind of how I've learned these things and gone through Financial Peace University, like I said. And thankfully, I have very amazing parents who have supported me in getting out of debt. I live with my parents right now. That's a sacrifice that I've made in order to get out of debt. And that's not easy at 34 years old. It's not easy after being away from home and on my own for 8 or 9 years before moving back. And like I said, I have amazing parents who are very supportive, and I am so blessed to have that, and not everyone has that. But if you have that, and all it is your pride that's holding you back from doing what you need to do to make your life better, then get over yourself, basically. The other thing that I do is I'm not the greatest at this. I definitely need practice in this also, but getting back to paying for everything with cash. So I will do like a certain amount of money in each envelope, and some examples of some envelopes that you might have would be groceries, gas, and I just do like a normal, like everything for my car combined. So like gas and oil changes and all that stuff just kind of goes into it. And then like entertainment and things like that go into one, dining goes into one. Everyone has a little bit of a different system. You might have 10 envelopes, you might have 2. It just depends on what works best for you, but definitely like break it out. How much do you spend on groceries? What's a reasonable amount? Being organized in my meal planning and things like that, those are the kinds of things that help me with my budget as well, my financial plan. So definitely take some of these things. It's a very basic, very, very basic video. I just wanted to break it out as simple as possible. I know it sounds like overly simple, and once you start sitting down with it and trying to kind of break it out for yourself, it can be overwhelming. Definitely check out Financial Peace University. That whole process has been amazing in my life and my parents' life and so many people that I know. So definitely check that out, and we'll see you next time.